B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K. We well. Okay, we well. Okay, we well. Okay, we well. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. Back in the day, J-Kid was the man, boy. Put the team on his back like a jam sport. D-Lo with the dribble drive handoff. Pick and roll, full contact. This is a man's sport. County of Kings, really the Kingsborough. You know Crown Heights, so you know that sound right. Brooklyn Bridges, Z-Dub defending. The Brooklyn Block Party, clacks and double digits. Got the Barclays clicking the whole block. Is with it like a lock on the table. Now we coming to get it. The shit one's gone. We too Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
There you go.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting the score next. My J is all net, me and Jada just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. You watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin twin crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a fan do. That's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
You establish a culture, that's what you do every day. That creates one thing that it's your identity.
When you establish a culture, you create an identity. You create an identity. And establishing a culture is not panicking because you ain't get the top 3 picks. It's not about the percentages. You know why? Because the percentages can't measure heart. And in Brooklyn, we play with love. And you can't have love without heart. Y'all need to be looking at that light opposed to the 8th pick, 9th pick, 27th pick, 29th pick, Dariq Whitehead's pick, Noah Clowney's pick, whatever pick you want to call it. No, you shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be looking at these players and judging them because of the pick that they got. No, that's not what it is. That's not why y'all should follow my content. Not how it's gonna go. If you're a Brooklyn Nets fan and you only thinking that this player is gonna be this good because they got drafted at this pick, then you're wrong. Let me be clear. Fans is the best fans. And like I said, it's only a challenge for Jordy Fernandez. As soon as he get that 8th pick, he know what to do. Trust me, shoulder flex. You heard? Shoulder shrug, shoulder whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, don't be mad at me because I'm big optimism, because I'm big fan Breezy, and I'm speaking life into the team, and I'm looking at the players, seeing the best, seeing what they could do, looking at the positives and the pros. Y'all looking at all of the cons. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably want Con Kneppel. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be looking at all of the cons of the players on the team. So y'all would want a player like Con Kneppel. Feel me? Them drums is perfect, Jay. Can't lie. Now, truth is this. I'm running with Iceman. I'm running with This Is JTV. Nets fans the best fan. You feel what I'm saying? And it's lit. You feel what I mean? Like, listen, shout to Bra. Shout to Off the Porch Sports So Greasy. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to get So Greasy on the panel. I seen him on a book. He was like, that's what it is right now. It's about that time when the young guys got the league, and I totally agree. Listen, I am going to talk about the playoffs. You see, OKC gave belt the ass to the Denver Nuggets earlier. So again, we gotta talk about it. I'm fitting this in so greasy the link. I'm gonna go to Ice. You feel me? And again, Ice, how you feel about the game, man? With OKC in Denver, bro. Talk to us.
They did a number on Joker that no matter which way he turned, he was running into 2 or 3 players every time in the post, stealing the ball from him, turnover crazy. They OKC running fast, breaks crazy.
I didn't really see the game much. I was at work. How you feel about Caruso? I think Caruso.
That's what I was about to say. That's some shit that did not show. That's some shit that did not show up in the stat sheet. Caruso, man, because Caruso was out there giving Joker hell, and I don't know how you got your point guard on the center and it's working out great. Because they used to try that shit with motherfucking Royce O'Neal and all sorts. Nigga, Caruso was playing great defense on Joker. That don't even sound like something you would say.
Yeah, but no, but I love to see it. And again, I think defense win championships. Yeah, you could harp on the fact that they had a lot of points, but they held Denver to under 100 points. I think that's more the story than the points that they put up. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's why they're going to win. You know what I mean? I think, the thing with Minnesota, I want to slowly get into that conversation, because I ain't going to lie. I don't want to say nothing that I'm going to have to regret. I've been wrong this entire fucking playoffs. I was wrong about a lot of shit. Word, bro. I was wrong. But when I was wrong about the Pistons and Knicks series, I was wrong because Stewart I knew Ivy was out. But I thought Stewart on Cat would neutralize Cat and kind of take him out, but he wasn't there. So I was wrong about that because of that. But you know what I'm saying? The Wolves versus OKC, that's tough, man. I mean, for real, it ain't nothing to talk about with me with the Nuggets. Like I said, I was busy. Feel me? I was working. I couldn't even really watch the game for real. Not last night specifically. I mean, today specifically. But I see that they, you know what I'm saying? It was a landslide victory, you know what I mean? So, I just look at it like, I don't know, man. I think if they play the Wolves, that home court advantage is going to be everything, bro. That shit going to mean a lot. And this is what I'm saying about fan power. Y'all be playing, man. Y'all be acting like, you just want to be optimistic. It means something. Y'all be acting like it don't mean nothing. The whole basketball NBA, they want home court advantage because it's in advantage because of the fans. The fans really be helping. The LA Clippers, they spilled the stadium and they put some new shit right in front to distract the opposing team. The Brooklyn Nets, we got some shit way lit. It's the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be part of that.
I ain't gonna lie. I said it early on Facebook. I feel like fucking OKC got the best playoff atmosphere in the NBA. And I feel like a lot of fans think it's the Knicks, but the Knicks just got overpriced seats that they're giving to celebrities for free, but they making regular people pay for them. And a bunch of fools going crazy on acting stupid outside on 34th Street after the game. Yeah. That's the only thing. But real playoff atmosphere.
That's what I mean.
Like, fans just out there being disrespectful.
Right. That's why I'm trying to harp on that and say I seen they had threw a cycling bag at the dude from the wearing the Pacer jersey. He was walking.
Yeah, they were trying to rip his jersey off.
Like, so that's my thing. See, my thing is this: me as a content creator, I ain't gonna front on nobody like that. I pull up like, you're opposing team. You know what I'm saying? I'm a content creator. Like, get on the live with me right now, debate me. You feel what I mean? But I ain't gonna see the man and try to violate the man.
Rip his jersey off. First of all, trying to rip another man's jersey off.
You said, hey,
just trying to rip my jersey. That's crazy. But I mean, let's give a real donkey of the day to the Knicks fans. I mean, because they think they up right now, but just calm down, man. Act like you've been here before.
Man,
I mean, and I seen another stat that this is if you are watching this right now, you are making history right now, because the last time the Knicks was in a position like this, there was no smartphones, there was no Instagram, social media, none of this.
Yeah.
Like, so
And that's a listen. And again, people like
that's a
to
long
think that
time.
it's just a catchy slogan to say, but at the end of the day, it's the work you put in. I say Nets fans is the best fans because that's how I give it up. Pause. I really be trying to be the best out here. You know what I'm saying? I really be repping. Now what I mean, I really be having dope content creators that talk basketball on the page. I really be rapping songs. I really be going to practice in the park. Really seeing Jadakiss perform at 258. What? Yo, Ice, talk to us, man. Ice, how you feel about that Pacer Knicks series, man? Talk to us.
Yo, I think I had Knicks fans on my TikTok today talking wild crazy, wild crazy. But I said that the Pacers actually match up pretty well with them. And then a lot of people in the comments said y'all underestimating the speed of the Pacers and how they play. Don't sleep on them. Knicks fans talking about they're gonna beat them in 5. You know what I'm saying? Pacers only gonna get 1 game, and I highly doubt. I think it's gonna be a close game. It might go 7. It might go 7.
7. See, okay, shit. Me, I'll go next. Jay, how you feel about that shit?
So I'm conflicted, and because honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think the Pacers got it. I mean, I don't. But at the same time, I'm a root for the Pacers. 1, because they're an ABA team, and 2, because fuck the Knicks. I mean, on top of that. But
but what I'm saying, Jay.
I feel like they the underdog, but they shouldn't be the underdog because they whooped on the Knicks last year. They whooped them last year. Know what I mean?
Yo, listen.
So why should they be the underdog?
Yeah. Yo, I really don't like I think that's, again, Brooklyn and New York, we all affiliated and associated in the same place. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think they take away from the fan etiquette, and they don't deserve a championship based on their behavior. Out there violating, disrespectful. You ain't got to do that. The city shut down for y'all. That fucking corny. The city shut down for y'all. Wasn't no traffic, none of that. And y'all violate. Y'all fucking corny. That's what I said. Whoever did that, y'all corny, bro. And y'all make the fan base look corny. And that's not me here. That's me. I'm associated with y'all because I'm from Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is in New York, and you got us looking crazy. But Brooklyn fans, if we was in a situation of the sort, we would have had more class than that. Had way more etiquette, way more fan, you know what I'm saying? Respect. You feel me?
Right.
Y'all don't deserve no championship. To Easy talking about, oh, you want to celebrate? That's who you want to celebrate with, Easy? You want to celebrate with fans that do shit like that and say, oh, it's a no, fuck a parade. And we're talking about if it's a parade. If it's a parade, it's going to be shit like that. That's disrespectful. You just walk them out gently. You know what it is. If you're a fan and you just lost, ain't even played them yet. That wasn't even a Celtic fan. Y'all even beat them. And you violated the dude.
Yeah, facts.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Crazy work with them Knicks fans, man. But
man,
listen, when you go through as much strife and stress as them, they gotta let their stress out somewhere. And it just happened to be on the Halliburton fan, man.
That was crazy.
Terrible work, man.
Game recognized game, and you looking kind of unfamiliar right now.
I call the Knicks Pacers series. I see the Pacers in 6, and I ain't giving y'all no game. Y'all just gonna get. I ain't giving y'all no game. Don't worry about how I know and what I know. None of that. Yes, y'all better jump in the chat or jump on the panel. Before I ain't giving y'all no sauce. I ain't saying y'all need it for. I'm just saying I ain't giving y'all nothing. I ain't
Bro,
giving y'all
speaking of,
nothing. Y'all, y'all ain't want to show. Y'all, I swear, yo, where you at, Easy? Talking about,
I got
you just want to show them love. You want to show love with them. That's how they give it up. That's why I'm saying that shit whack. Y'all shit don't represent Brooklyn, man. Y'all represent Manhattan. Y'all playing Manhattan. I'm playing New York. We playing New York too. We don't call it New York. We call it Brooklyn because Brooklyn is special. I
got a couple Knicks Nets topics. It's 3 of them, I think, actually. But one, Kenny Anderson. I seen Kenny Anderson on Twitter, and he's not supporting the Knicks neither. He said, "I'm from New York, real New Yorker, and I will never support the Knicks, man. I'm sorry, man. So you can't say that you're not a New Yorker if you don't support the Knicks, because Kenny Anderson is an official New Yorker, and he says not supporting the Knicks. You know what I mean? So shout out to Kenny Anderson. You know what I mean?
Yo, shout out to Kenny Anderson. Yo, I text Kenny Anderson before.
Chibs, I think it's Chibs1 on Twitter.
Yeah, I said I texted him. I tweeted him. He had tweeted me back. You know what I'm saying, some cool shit. I ain't saying I know him. He ain't gonna invite me to the barbecue or no shit like that. But you know what I mean? He knows about Big Fan Breezy.
All right. What y'all think of that though?
That's fair.
I think he being real. I think a lot of players having a voice now, like Gilbert Arenas and Kenny Anderson, I think is dope. I think, to hear their perspective and how they see the game, I seen, oddly enough, Kenny Anderson repping the Celtics. And he was like, yo, I got love for all of the teams I played for. I got love for Portland. I got love for, you know what I'm saying? Every team he played for, he was saying that. So, I'll be following his content on X.
Okay. Next topic is, yo, man, I know y'all don't like to hear this, and neither do I, but these Giannis rumors are getting a little bit more, I don't know, because somebody on Twitter asked Giannis, what is your favorite city you like to play in?
Yeah.
What city did he say? New York.
New York.
Said New York. And I feel like
Brooklyn Nets got that cap space. Go ahead, though.
Right. He know Brooklyn Nets got that cap space, and it's like, if he's talking about what he said before, he wants control, he wants this, and look, I feel like it would make more sense if he went to fucking the Knickerbocker. Short pin. But if he really talking, like, all of the shit that he's saying don't really seem like that's the direction he want to go. Even though he said, he looking for a championship, really, that's what he's trying to do. But once he saying, I want control over the team, I want influence and all that, it just seems like he's leading towards Brooklyn.
Okay. No, I don't think so, because I don't think they're going. I think he'll have some say so because he's a star, but I don't think he's gonna have the control that he wants. You know what I mean? Like,
all right. Well, let me ask you this: do you think which team do you think he would be able to get more control? Knicks or the Nets?
On the Knicks, and this
why
is why, right? On the Knicks, because they got more pieces, and they already talented enough to where he can make whatever adjustment he want. And I don't think it'd be a big deal for them, but for us, it'd be a big deal.
But do they even have flexibility? Do they have flexibility to make moves like that, like he might want?
No, they're gonna make. See, he could do that with them. He can move with them. He can move whoever. You know what I mean? They got good enough pieces where you could trade Bridges. We don't. You know what I mean? We could trade OG. Try to move OG. I think we need this. With us, it's like you limited on movement. You know what I mean? Like, you need to go get somebody, and then we got the cap space, but we don't have the players to really like move around like that. You know what I mean?
The only reason why I disagree with you is because I feel like because the Knicks kind of already have something established, and if they bring in Giannis, they want to bring in him to put him into whatever system that they got going on to push it further. But here, we still kind of building the culture, and he feel like, I think he feel like if he come here, he would be able to build the culture around him.
How long would that take? Jay? Right? How long would that
well,
take?
yo, bro, you know what I said before, like the Nets have a history of when they bring in one star, they not bringing in only one star. They bringing in multiple stars at the same time. So they would try to get Giannis to find his favorite friend that he wanted to play with, whether it's Trey Young, whether it's Don Morant, whether it's whoever, try to find somebody and put that together. That's what if that what they were doing, I feel like that's what they're gonna try to do.
Yeah, but it would take longer to build that what I'm
True,
saying for
true,
us. It'd take
true.
longer to build a team for him to be like, all right, this is like a championship team. If he went to the Knicks, he could nitpick. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this guy can go, this guy can go. Let's get this and this, and we'll have a complete. For us, it's like, you know what I mean? Like
Listen,
you
I
got
hope you're
the
right.
whole roster.
I hope you're
That-
right, because if you're right, it would mean a couple things. One, we wouldn't be trying to speed up and microwave our timeline. And two, I feel like it'll ruin the Knicks, because even if they find a way to keep Cat, Brunson, and Giannis, they would have to trade a whole bunch of other filler pieces and then get a whole bunch of bum ass niggas, because they don't have a lot of flexibility. Still.
Yeah.
Like they kind of locked into what they got right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shit, man.
It is what it is.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm only here to fuck up the party. Giannis coming to this team is a no-go for me. I ain't giving that shit up. I don't like the karma behind it. I'm listening to the basketball. It's just the basketball science, the basketball karma of it all. I don't like it. I don't like that you are the specific one that Kyrie landed his foot on and you want to play here. Ironically, when we got a lot of cap space, when you know you the one who fucked up your dynasty with the Milwaukee Bucks by trading Drew Holiday. Your loyalty was not true. It was truer to your brother, which is fine, because life is life and real life is real life. I feel you. But when it come down to winning the championship, nah, you wasn't loyal to that. You wasn't, and that's why you lost, and that's why Boston won with Drew Holiday. And now you want to come here and do what? You ain't apologize to Brooklyn. You could never play here without an apology. I guess you could. Like, I ain't really going to stop you, but my point, I'm gonna give you hell for it. And I hope it don't happen. You got to apologize to us. If you asking why, don't start and don't run with this narrative that Big Fan Breezy hates you. I don't hate nothing. But we need an apology, or otherwise, nah, I ain't jacking it. And
in it, apology in it. Thank you, man.
Like that until we get an apology. Facts.
Yeah, but hey, man, I don't want him on this team neither. It just seems like the stars are aligning for that, but I hope not. And if it does, I mean, once you put on a Brooklyn jersey, I fuck with you. But other than that, he got to have the jersey on for me.
Yo, I'm not jacking. I don't like it. I don't like Jordi Fernandez being the biggest voice as a rookie.
That's the other thing.
Gaining ground, having his voice be important in the locker room. He got the locker room. He talking to them. He telling Tyrese Martin, don't worry, I see you. We going to get you those minutes. Gave him an opportunity. He dropped 30. Got him a whole NBA contract. We're talking $40,000 to $2 million. There's something else going on besides the players around here and all these fucking, that's why we was hyped before when we had Kenny Atkinson. I'm getting that same kind of fan energy back. Shout out to all of the fans that know what it is to have a good coach, want to act like they mad at Big Fan Breezy because I'm saying this and that about the play. Y'all the one who ignoring what we got in the head coach. Yeah, y'all want to talk about it, but then y'all want to get quick to talk about the players, but not realizing what it is that's going on. You got to have a guy that's ready to play, develop a raw diamond into a star. You understand what I'm talking about? A star to an all-star to maybe a superstar. That's the whole point of having a good coach. He could do that with an 8th pick, but if he do that with the 8th pick, y'all want to give him a chance because it's more of the player. You don't even know what's going to go on. You don't know who we going to get. Talk to me. What is it, June 25th? Yeah. I got time, cuz. Hopefully, God willing, I'm here. You feel me? I'm trying to see who the player that's going to be on our team. Him and Cam Thomas, it's going to work. That's all I'm going to say. Jordy Fernandez, Cam Thomas, and whoever we draft is going to work.
Man, Jordy Fernandez is the lowest paid coach in the league. You know that?
I didn't know that.
I just found that out earlier. YouTube video, some YouTube page I follow me showing player salaries, coach salaries, whoever the hell else. But Jordy Fernandez was number 30. But I mean, once he start winning some games, he get a raise. I mean, shout to
Mm.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jordy.
Listen. I'm not even mad at him because shit, we already paying 3 other head
like
coaches.
This, I rhyme like this. Jordy Fernandez been waiting to be a head coach for a long time. He be all right. He know that. You know what I'm saying? Just
look,
stick
like I said,
with
we
it.
already paying 3 other coaches. We gotta wait to get Steve Nash and Jacques Vaughn off the books before we could give Jordy a raise.
Right.
That's true. See, I like the logic to that. See, that's like what I said, but that was like optimism, but that's the whole logic behind it. The whole contracts with Nash and Vaughn, they, like I said, y'all think that you think that Jacques Vaughn is angry. You talking that shit about the GM from Dallas. Jacques Vaughn somewhere like on a hammock. Like, fuck out of here, man. We got a good coach now. And I'm happy about it as a fan. That's a fact. Word,
I fuck with Jordy.
What about the Western Conference? I'm about to throw the link in the chat. I'm gonna ask y'all that though.
What about it?
OKC first win? How you calling it, Jay?
I already told y'all from the beginning of the year. OKC, man. That's it.
Okay.
OKC, man.
Okay.
Western Conference.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see how the first 2 games play out. Then I can probably make a decision. I don't know yet.
First 2 games, OKC got home court advantage. How you feel about that?
Shit.
Never betting on the baguette, man.
Yo, the Wolves gonna have a rough time in OKC. You heard? I seen that stadium today. That joint was all blue. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That joint was all blue out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's gonna be tough for Ant-Man, but I gotta see how it play out. Because Ant been taking out all the stars. You heard? So I gotta see. You know what I mean?
Tell him what stars, just for the clips,
Just for the clips.
I
can't remember everybody he knocked out. I know he knocked off. Curry got hurt, but he took out Jimmy. Who the? Oh, he took out. Who did he play before that? Yo,
Luka.
He got LeBron out there. Luka?
Yeah, he took Braun out. He took Luka out. Yo, he taking that.
Okay. Let's get into it again. Let's slow it down. Who better, Luka or Ant-Man?
Yeah. Yo.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man
better. He got better defense than
Ant-Man better.
Luka, who's better? Luka or Ant-Man, man? Who's better, chat?
Ant-Man.
Yeah, chat. Let us know who's
I got
better.
Anthony. Hold on. I got Anthony Edwards because of his defense. The upside of his defense, being able to yell in Kevin Durant's face. Luka not doing that shit. Luka just, you know what I mean? That shit is intimidating. Like, yo, again, players that talk shit, that you think that shit don't mean nothing. It's a whole art behind that shit. Getting into your opponent's head. You're like, yo, you telling him like you can't make that shot. He take a bad shot just because you said that. Like, you in his head, like rent free. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, you took out a few stars though. So I don't know. Ant reaching for the skies. You heard?
Listen, yo, shout to Bra on the panel with us. Shout to everything Brooklyn Nets on the panel with us. What's up with you guys, man? How you?
What's good, man?
Chilling,
right.
man. You see what's going on? OKC versus the Wolves. How you calling it, bro?
Oh God, I got OKC in 7.
Okay. You think them winning in 7 is part of the home court advantage?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, cause yo, their fans are loud, bro. They're like loud as hey, bro. That should be crazy.
All right, so yeah, again, so that's what I'm saying. And how much do you think, bruh, home court advantage is an advantage? Like, how much of an advantage is it really to you, in your opinion? I think it's a great advantage. It's, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a advantage because, like you said, it's loud in there. They could be disoriented because it's loud. They can't hear each other communicate. You know what I'm saying? They trying to talk to them, defense, and yelling. I can't really.
Yeah, bro. Loki makes a big advantage because, bro, it puts like mad pressure on the Wolves.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. So bro, you got him in 7. What about Indiana and the Knicks? How you calling that?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit's gonna be close.
All right.
I think I got Pacers in 6. I got Pacers in 6.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. How it's gonna happen? Halliburton gonna just pick them apart. You know what I mean?
Their offense is too fast for them,
they
bro.
old. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Old
Their offense is too
fast.
fast.
They're gonna get tired.
Mm.
Tibbs don't let the bench play.
No, hold on. Now, you heard what Brian said? That part I agree with, because the pace of the game mean a lot, especially in playoff games. So you get fast breaks because the game is slowed down because you try to get the half court offense and X and O's. And what Brian talking about, they gonna be running up the. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. Don't listen to Big Fan Breezy for entertainment purposes only. Don't make no bets because of anything that I said. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the pace of the game. I agree with Brian. I think they win because of that. What up, though, John? What's good with you, Brody?
Doing good, man. Today was a good game. I think for OKC, very battle tested. You went up against a very tough team. Nikola, I think, is the best player in the NBA. He brought all he could bring, but OKC was battle tested, and their depth is just so incredible. And I think for the series against Minnesota, I got OKC taking about 5 or 6. I think the good thing about playing at home is they now have home court advantage going into Tuesday, so it's kind of like they're on regular season schedule, whereas Minnesota's had about 7 days to rest. So I think it's really OKC's championship to lose right now. I think Minnesota has done incredible given how crazy this season has been. I think Ant-Man is definitely destined to be a champion, but I look at the matchups. I think Rudy Gobert, he's going to get exposed. I think Julius Randle, as great as he's been with mismatches, OKC has so much depth and matches to put up against him, he might get exposed. So I really think it's OKC's to lose. With Pacers and Knicks, I agree with Bra. It can go either way right now, but I think what the Pacers have is their pace is insane. Like, they just know how to get so many buckets when a team thinks they have the edge on them. And I think their bench depth the Pacers have is really good. And let's remember, Benedict Mathurin did not play last year against the Boston Celtics. They have a healthy Benedict Mathurin to come off the bench. I think as good as the Knicks starting 5 has been, their bench depth is not there. And if you're just going to play Miles McBride 30 minutes and everybody else is drinking a cool one off the bench, it's going to catch up with you. So I think the Pacers have an advantage on the bench. And I think ultimately, though, it's OKC's title to lose at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you about the mismatch between Shet. And he's gonna have to guard the pick and roll with Shea and Hartenstein, and also the pick and roll with him and Shet. It's just a lot for Gobert to deal with. I agree with that part.
I just looked it up. It say that the Pacers
BZ
are
here,
averaging.
Mr. Rocket fan. Let it hear his perspective on the Western Conference. Word. Nah, what you say? What'd you say, Jay?
Froze up.
Yo, Jay, you there? You froze?
Yeah, he froze.
Did Jay freeze? Word. That was a Jay. Yeah. Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Am I bugging or
nah, he froze?
Oh,
nah, it's like
okay. All right, so Jay froze. Jay's back.
Yeah, I was trying to tell y'all I had just looked up who the Pacers are the highest scoring team left in the playoffs by 0.6%. But it's the Pacers and the Thunder. And the thing is, like I was already saying, is the Knicks going to be able to keep up with that pace? They scoring 117 points a game in the playoffs.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
tough.
that's gonna be a tough question to ask because the Pacers were one of the highest scoring teams left in the playoffs last season as well. So I don't know how New York is going to adjust to that scoring because
Yeah.
you know we gonna keep it a bean if we talking basketball without biasness and things like that, without the narratives. New York does, as far as starting five. New York
Easy.
does have the defense to keep up with Indiana, and it's going to be a slugfest with them. And that game's going seven. That series is going seven regardless.
Okay.
I know that this is a Nets podcast, but we talking basketball. We gonna take the narratives and who we like up out of there at this point.
Yeah, no,
How we
listen.
gonna do that?
That's why I'm giving my take on it because I didn't necessarily speak on the how they was gonna lose because I
At this
didn't
point,
really know.
biasness is out. My biasness is out the window when it comes when it comes to Eastern Western Conference. When it comes to the Final Four, my biasness is out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this
Yeah,
point.
no, but that's what I'm saying. I gotta critique the Knicks because they think that I be hating on them just because I had a podcast called Nets versus Knicks, just because I had a song called Rival Song, just because I was debating Knicks for like 2-3 years straight.
I will be honest.
My job.
Mikal Bridges can be an X factor to the series. If
Okay.
I'm looking at this from just on paper, like Mikal Bridges can be an X factor. Like if the Knicks want to win this series, of course they're gonna have Brunson versus Halliburton and things like that. That's the main. That's the main attraction. But there's a lot of side stories in this series to where if you don't get caught up in the Brunson versus Halliburton matchup, it's a whole lot of other. You got Turner versus Robinson. You got Pascal versus OG. You know what I'm saying? That's a former teammates going at each other. Man, you got Benedict Mathurin going. Man, it's a whole bunch of stories, and this series is going seven. If you want to take one side or the other, it's a pick 'em at this point because nobody thought these two teams would make it here. So for me, this is a 7-game pick 'em at this
But
point.
on that note, I just gotta say, like, I wasn't really watching for the Pacers like that for real, and I gotta be honest.
I really would.
Them going to the ECF twice 2 seasons.
It's not surprising to me.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
Hold on.
Miles Turner,
Pacers-
everybody liked to shit on Miles Turner because everybody thought he don't get enough rebounds and he don't do. Everybody thinks Miles Turner don't do enough to be where he's at, and I think that he does enough to where he kind of like holds his own. But now this series, this is where Miles Bridges either is gonna like turn up or he's gonna like really shit the bed
Mikal?
because. No, I'm talking about Miles Turner. Miles Turner.
I thought you said Miles Bridges.
My bad. I meant Miles Turner because Miles Turner, everybody always goes against him as far as he don't do enough rebounding. They think that his game is kind of it's a little soft-ish. They don't know if he gonna translate to basketball like that. Like the Pacers have a lot of X factors on their team to where this game can go from 7 games to 5 games quick, whoever shows up. And that's why this is a pick 'em for me because this is who the X factors who's going to win this game. It's not the main guys. It's the X factors who's going to show up and win this series for both teams.
Listen, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I feel like
I'm going with Brown. I'm still with you, bro. Go ahead.
I take it back. I take it back. I feel like the Pacers got this now because I'm looking it up. They got the highest defensive rating out of the teams that's playing in the playoffs right now. They offense is definitely quicker and faster and scoring more points than the Knicks. So if they're gonna be playing playing defense better than them and playing offense better than them, I don't know. This might be a quicker series than some people think.
I don't know. We got to go to Easy. I want to go to Ice. We got to Easy ain't say nothing yet. I definitely want to hear Easy. Take on the Pacers and Knicks series. We talking basketball, man. Talk to us, man.
And they rebounding better than the Knicks.
Now, real quick, go to Ice. Let Ice cook up, man. He about to cook up with the snow.
All right. The assist. Easy through the assist to Ice. You know what I'm saying? That's a alley for Ice. Ice, catch that alley.
I already talked about it. Easy. I think Indiana match up well with the Knicks. And that pace is just crazy. And Jay just gave you all the stats. It ain't too much more to say. I gotta see how it play out. But I think the Knicks, this is what I'm saying. On TikTok, when I'm on there, the Knicks fans think they're gonna smoke the Pacers.
On TikTok, where they can find where the fans can find you?
Yo, Iceman Eskimo, the tip off of Brooklyn Nets podcast on TikTok. Follow me there. The Knicks fans is talking crazy on the live, great, and they pull up heavy on the live.
Oh, on that note, real quick, Jay. Knicks versus Nets, the DJ Skinny Pants or whatever, forget how you say his name, but he was saying that he wanted to jump on the live. I was like, go ahead. I was telling them it's a hostile environment for Knicks fans, but if I told him just
sub to the page.
You're not going like I'm not going to have nobody
live and pull up.
You feel me? Like I'm not going to disrespect it, so I don't want nobody to disrespect it. Oh shit!
I told him sub to the page, share the live, and pull up.
Mm-hmm. We talking hoops, but Knicks fans just think they got it, no problems. That be the problem. You know what I mean, that be the problem right there.
They funny to me. They funny to me just because all of them was biting their nails through this fucking Celtics series and saying scared to death. Now that they won it, they feel like they on top of the world, and I get it, but act like you've been here before. You won a second round series.
Jay,
and the Celtics was injured and hobbled. We got a tournament. Hold on, no. Hold on. Before you say Jay, it's a list of injuries, bro. The nigga Jaylen Brown was playing with a torn meniscus the whole time. Jason Tatum goes out with a torn Achilles. The dude Porzingis had a lung infection. Somebody else was playing on sprained ankles. Like niggas was playing with hammies. Like I seen a list of 7 of their players that had injuries and was still playing. Like, and then they still barely beat.
That's wild,
bro.
Yeah. I believe him.
Easy about
you was JJJ and me. What's up?
Not gonna lie about something like that.
I don't want to go no more, bro.
I could go find the tweet if you want me to. It was on Twitter. It was a whole list. They were saying the person in the injury next to it. I was like, damn.
You gotta go easy. Wait.
No. I see what it's about to go, bro. I see what it's about to go. I'm good, bro.
Yo.
No.
I see what it's about to go.
No. Listen.
You see, I came with positive energy, my nigga. I ain't trying to go down that road right there, bro.
Positive energy for who? It ain't never positive energy for the Knicks on here.
Okay.
Never. But at the same time, I mean, we could talk hoops, and while you talk about how the Knicks could win, I'm going to look for all of the reasons in the stats on how they could lose.
It's fair. Fans do that. That's a neutral fan. Fans have the right to root for whoever.
That's not an unbiased look, though. What we're trying to do is we're trying to look at this matchup unbiased. So we're trying to look at the numbers, and I get, it's 2 sides of the coin.
It's 2 sides of the coin. The same way y'all can argue for something, somebody else could argue against it.
That's the issue. That's the thing. That's the thing where I don't know about this.
Hold on, say it again. You breaking up, bro.
Mo, you go Megatron real quick. I don't know if you're on WhatsApp or anything.
I wanted to hear what you were saying though.
Yeah, I want to hear how you going to retort.
I understand that you guys have another perspective to look from it from another view. So I'm not telling you not to look from that. I'm saying is even if that is the case, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna say, hey, we're gonna troll, then we're gonna look at it from basketball.
No, that's not what we're doing.
No, I'm not.
That's Mo Beasley talking. No, you're not listening.
That's not listening.
You're not listening. You're not listening. Is that Mo Beasley talking?
Bro, why you coming up?
Look, what I'm saying is, let's say you on a team. If you're on a team, right, if you're on a team and you coaching a team or something like that, and the other team has advantages over you, are you just going to say, fuck it, we just going to lose because the other team better? Or are you going to try to find ways that you could win? So you have to look at the stats, you got to look at the percentage and see how this team could win. And that's what you would implement.
Facts. See, this
that's
is
why. But I didn't. But the thing is, I understand that and I get it. That's why I didn't downplay your end of the spectrum as far as how you're looking at things. I'm not saying that that's a bad way to look at things. All I'm saying is I'm looking at it from a perspective to where I'm coming in this with no biasness at all, and I can't say the same for you. So my thing is, when I lead with that, that's what I'm leading with automatically. So I'm looking, I can look at this because I can understand, you know what I'm saying? I get it. If this was a Spurs or a Mavericks thing, I'd be doing the same shit, bro. Like, it is what it is. So I'm not trying to go against you for that. But so at a certain point when it comes to basketball, at a certain point of the playoffs, man, that shit go out the window. Who I hate, who I don't hate, man, that shit go out the window for me. And we looking at this from who gonna win this, who gonna win that? Because my team been out.
But
you know
all of y'all are saying, oh, the Knicks, and it's like I'm looking at the stats in front. Well, these are just.
Now I'm looking at the Pacers too, but I'm looking at the Pacers too.
Outpacing the Knicks in a lot of these areas. And the few areas that it seems like the Knicks are up, they up like 0.2%. Like, it's by a little bit. But the areas where the Pacers are up, it's like they're kind of clearing them a little bit. But we'll see when the shit starts. And the Pacers should not be the underdog since they whooped them last year.
No, they didn't. They whooped them last year. They shouldn't be the pace. They shouldn't be the underdogs. And my thing is, the Pacers, they have a lot of the same stuff going for them as they did last year. I think they just upgraded because they've been together for a year, and they essentially ran it back after, you know what I'm saying, after they disappointment. So that's a testament to the Pacers as well, you know what I'm saying, because they didn't go, hey, man, we need to trade this, we need to trade that. They went and got better, and they went and figured it out with the same coaching staff and got better at their scheme. So, man, I want to shout out to the Pacers for not giving up and not just giving up players on a panic just because they didn't make it to a certain level that they thought they should have made it. So,
but they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last season. Mobizi, that's what I'm saying. Like, again, last season you could say is because maybe it is to that, but for them to do it 2 seasons in a row, I think it's not short of impressive. I think
it is impressive.
Right. I think the fact that, again, a lot of
how much buy-in, how much you have to buy in.
No. But Mobizi, what I wanted to say, because I know you can relate to this, but it's different for you for the most part. As a fan, the narrative of Kenny Atkinson getting head coach of the year and him being outcoached by that coach, bro. Like, yo, the Pacers coach, nobody talks about this Pacers coach. They act like he has nothing to do with the rotation and how many players are in the rotation, when they get played, when they call timeout, when to sub them, when to get share, how many minutes share, how many shot attempts. This is what the head coach do. This is why they I'm telling you, man.
Y'all like people sleep on Carlisle, but this guy beat the Heatles. This guy beat the Heatles. This guy beat the Heatles in 2011. Like, this guy been made man. Like, Rick Carlisle ain't no slouch. He's never been a slouch.
But he don't. A lot of people don't acknowledge that.
That's because they just start watching basketball in like 2010 and stuff like that. Like, you gotta understand. Like,
real quick,
he's better than a good coach. He's a great coach. Like, that's what I'm learning too. Like, seriously, because again, the narrative, like, look at the Brooklyn Nets, Mobizi, they talk about us and how we, focus on a high draft pick, a lottery pick. And look at the Pacers. Like, it's not about them just having all high lottery picks. They do have lottery picks though. No, Miles
Turner was a lottery pick. You know what I'm saying? They mix You have
Right,
to
but
mix trades with drafting as well, like in free agency. You can't do just one thing. And the
no,
Pacers
it's not that.
didn't just build their team one way. They
Right,
they
but
used
no,
they used
I'm
all
not.
the ways of building their team. They drafted, they traded, they got free agents. They got Aaron Nesmith from the Celtics. This guy was an afterthought. Nobody knew who this guy was before he got to the Pacers. And so the thing is, the Pacers, they use different elements of team building to get their team to where they are because they got the coach, they use free agency, they use drafting, and they use trades. They use all four elements to build their team and not just focusing on one part alone.
I don't think
So
that's
I'll
just
leave it at
unique to
that.
them. I think that's universal across the league.
You also got to look at how consequential the Tyrese Halliburton trade was. I mean, the Kings, I don't know what they were thinking getting rid of Halliburton because that turns out to be one of the worst trades of all time. So look what
No,
Halliburton's doing. Everybody
you
said this kid was underrated, man. He is playing with a chip the size of Mount Kilimanjaro on his shoulder, man. That game 2 heartbreaker against the Cavs where he snatched their soul, that's be one of the most nastiest things I've ever seen, man. Like, he is
he's only
playing with
playing
that
because of
chip
that
right now.
report. I think Tyrese Halliburton has a chip only because that report came out. That's it.
And
I'm
what
gonna
he
say that.
underrated, the
But
underrated,
yeah,
the
they
Overrated. They
overrated.
say
No,
he's overrated.
overrated.
Yo,
oh, yeah,
real
Overrated.
quick.
overrated. My bad. Yeah,
So, but
Yeah,
overrated.
but
that's
the thing
crazy.
is with Fox, there's no way you go with Halliburton over Fox when Fox has been there putting in work. Yeah,
That's
yeah, it was a hasty move, but at the same time, you're trying to get
no.
pieces to build around Fox because if you knew that Fox was gone, you would have traded Fox first.
No, that for sure. So let me ask you, because that's the thing too with windows. You know, like when you think of like winning windows, sometimes it be contingent on that contract. Like the Celtics, excuse me, they about to change all that up. All that Brown Tatum, they got the ring that they wanted out of those 2 high draft picks, 3 and 3, right, or something like that. Bro, it's so party over. That whole team and how it's constructed, party over. I'm telling you. And I'm saying that to say it's a new day. The Brooklyn Nets is going to rise, bro. I don't know how, but we're going to be a good team. I don't think we should rush and get a player like Giannis. I don't, for various reasons, and I'll mention why. He's a great
Find
player.
out
I'm
next
not,
week.
but my how you say, my take was never a knock on the way he played the game. It's not that. But I do believe in basketball karma. I do believe in basketball karma. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that. Yeah, I think that shit
Well,
gonna
as far as a Rockets fan, I don't want Giannis either. I don't really see the use for him. I think that we're gonna have to we're gonna have to strip our team too much for him to get him. And I think Milwaukee sees there's no other way. Milwaukee kind of see the dead end road, so they're trying to like see what they can get for him before the ship sinks. And I'm not in the saving of other franchises, man. So that's just me.
Yo, listen, how you feel about it, Easy? You know what I'm saying? You got to take on it.
I was going to double back to. I done forgot already. I forgot. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't about the series. It was about something else. But I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah, we was talking about the Knicks and the Pacers, and we was talking about the Thunder and the Wolves.
The Fox trade. I mean the Halliburton trade.
Oh, okay. All right. Shit. Shout out to Ice. Yo, you jogged my memory. Yo, real quick, yo, because I remember, but the nigga. All right, so niggas. Goddamn, somebody keep on moving, my nigga. What's going on? Somebody's wrestling on their fucking mic, my nigga. Go on fucking mute, my nigga. I can't even hear myself talk, my nigga. Goddamn, my nigga. Hold on, real quick, yo. So I just heard something. Cut the bullshit because just to cut the bullshit, hit right to the bush, right? Boom. Niggas see a fucking person get a title or a coach get a title like Coach of the Year and put themselves on a pedestal. That's a regular season award. And I keep on telling you about the fucking dance. The dance is different than the little play y'all had outside the fucking party.
Macarena.
No. Now,
Bachata?
the dance is real, my nigga. That's where shit get exposed at. So all that Coach of the Year MVP shit go out the fucking window. Everything's a clean slate. You gotta get at these niggas, man. You feel what I'm saying? So you could see a nigga get Coach of the Year. That don't mean he coaching the whole NBA, my nigga. There's some good coaches out there. So you see Kenny Atkinson get Coach of the Year. Yeah, you're a good coach. The fuck, Rick Carlisle ain't no fucking slouch.
Word.
JB Bickerstaff ain't no fucking slouch. Doc Rivers, no matter what you say about him, you know what he's doing. Tom Thibodeau's a fucking goated coach. Mark Daigneault know what he's doing over there. Shit, David Adelman jumped in and he already had the shit rolling because he been there. Give a fuck about
he got the blood. He got that. He got his daddy in his blood. His daddy
Straight
been
from
in
Rick.
hella
Straight
wars.
from Rick.
So
Straight from Rick, bro. Straight from Rick.
Straight from Rick. That used to be my coach, so I know his son. Yeah.
And he ready. And you can see it from the press conferences. Yeah, he about this, man. There ain't nothing new to him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Give a fuck about
You can't be Rick Adelman's son and not be ready to coach no team on site. So that just don't add up.
More of the story, pointing the whole thing, fucking award. The only thing I'm looking for is the chip, nigga. Where my ring at? That's all I care about. Let the chips fall where they mean.
I hear that. Yeah, but what series you want to see the most? The Western Conference or the Eastern Conference?
Neither. I don't give a fuck about either one of these series.
Facts.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. That's what I keep telling y'all about market and shit like that. Because I feel like with a lot of these teams that's going to the finals, nobody want to see them except for
that's the problem.
Okay.
I mean, if we talking basketball, I mean, I would like to see New York versus T-Wolves, but like,
well, I'm talking about the regular fan, the average.
No,
Joe.
I keep hearing that.
Not the one that's gonna watch. Not the one that's gonna watch every game.
The average fan right now, for the most part, only really recognizes Ant-Man and SGA.
Like, can you take your girl out to eat for a finals game? Like, hey, yo, babe, I want to take you out on a date. Oh, just so happened the finals game on, babe. I want to sit on this side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Type shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go take your girl out, like, hey, yo, the finals on. I'm going to go take it to this little spot. This game on. I might can get you in some basketball or something because you're going to be like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
man. Yo, listen, I think it's exciting that two teams that never won an NBA championships are competing to go to the finals. I think that's very exciting.
That's exciting.
I think the whole wash and rinse and recycle and keep just over and over and over of the same teams. Gotta see the Lakers, you gotta see the Celtics. It's either one of the two, or either year or something like that. I think for 30 teams to be in the NBA, like, the fans deserve better. And like, for real, the NBA's been doing a great job. This is, again, the Celtics didn't get to the finals this season, so that means it's going to be a different champion again another year. The NBA is doing a great job. They're doing a great job. And other teams competitive outside of the team.
Are you giving that credit to the NBA or to the teams?
I'm giving the credit to the NBA for not, because the hubs.
Why?
Listen, let me explain why. The hubs between the NBA and how they built the NBA. They built the NBA from the Boston. It's like NBA East was the Celtics. NBA West was the Lakers. They built their brand off of these two teams. And for them to expand and have 30 teams, I just think that they should show more interest, and they have.
Why are you giving the NBA more credit for what the teams are putting out on the court right now?
No. Well,
what I'm saying,
you got
go ahead.
In part because of the CBA. In part because of the CBA.
I was about to say that. Like, the way the rosters are constructed, the money.
Somebody got an echo, man. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, you can't stack the team. You can't keep your team for that long and just run it back like, you know what I'm saying? 10 years in a row with the same squad. You got to move pieces. Other small teams that need a piece can get a piece off of a championship team or something like that. You know what I mean?
Disagree.
Like,
I disagree.
All right, go ahead.
I disagree. Look at the teams that's in the Final Four right now. So let's go back. If we're gonna say 7 years, right? So 7 years would be to 2018, right? 2018, right? For the most part, I mean, there's a few tweaks here and there, but for the most part, the core is still the same that was at Denver. Now they got bounced out, but the core is still the same. Kind of the same thing for OKC. Now they made the trade. Matter of fact, that was right before they made the trade. So a little bit different. But once they made the trade, their core was consistent. Ant-Man, Cat, and all that core is consistent. They just got off their pieces because the contract finally came back to talk to them. But their core is mainly consistent. Like, everything is really I see consistent. It just when you this is what I'm saying though, like it's mainly consistent, but when you get to the dance and you see what other coaches and teams could, even the smallest weakness could be magnified on a bigger stage. So like if you was a decent rebounding team, but another team that got a better rebounding team come in and overpower you on the rebounding, your rebounding weakness is more magnified on that scale against that team. So in the offseason, you might go ahead and take off a piece that you wasn't using too much that was a part of your core, and you try to use that to enhance your team. Your core is still aligned. You just made small improvements on the margins to maximize your talents. So for the most part, in my mind, the teams that we seeing right now, even if we go to the Pacers and to a lesser degree to the Knicks and everything like that, their core is really intact. They didn't do like a wishy-washy switcheroo type of shit. Like they really kept everything consistent.
They got 3 new pieces, easy for the Knicks.
Right. I mean, we going into this year, but like for the most part, their core is still the same. I mean, like I said, like they like if we doing the 7-year mark, they just getting off the contract. If we doing 7 years, in my mind, that's 2 maxes right there. Because contracts only goes for 4 years. So like you just like that, and more times than not, the player got a player option on the last year. So that's 2 maxes right there. So at that point, you telling me you want the old school, you want a player that won't be on the team for the whole career. Meanwhile, player is in player empowerment movement right now. They see more opportunity whenever they could take it. So like if you had a player on your team for at least 6 to 7 years and you saw some improvement, some growth, some success there, I think that's good. Like I mean that I think that fits the NBA criteria on the timeline that we're in and everything that's going on in the NBA right now.
Well, like Mo Beasley says, I'm talking about the CBA because Boston can't keep Porzingis and Drew Holiday. They can't keep that together. They got to break their team down because they're over the second apron. And then, you know what I mean? That goes into your draft picks and all that. If you try to keep that team and, you know what I'm saying, more taxes, so you got to break down. And what I'm saying, once Boston breaks down, it won't be the same team anymore. You know
you're right about that. That was 4 years though. They kept that core for 4 years. So we just saw Drew got there, right? And then like I think the year before we just saw KP. But then the year before and the year before they just got Derek White. So like I think we looking at the core like 7 people, well, like 7, 8 people. Meanwhile, the core is gonna be mainly focused around the star players. Because those are the main ones that are going to do the heavy lifting. You just need supporting players that can fill in and do everything else that you need a team to do. So when I'm thinking core, I don't know how many people y'all have in that center right there, but like different teams have different situations. But sometimes a core could just be 2 people. It could just be 2 people. And you just surround them around everybody. Some teams can have 4 people, and you need to build and you can surround them around. Some teams could just be 1 motherfucker, and you just gotta do your best to help them out.
Yo, Easy, you wanna I wanted to go to Easy and brought John join the panel. We gonna go to Easy first. I want you to react to what Aaron Gordon said about the playoff schedule. You know the volume is low, so I'm gonna just read what he said. He's Aaron Gordon on a playoff schedule. He said, I would appreciate it if there were a couple of days in between games instead of every other day. The product of the game will be a lot better. You'll see a higher level of basketball, probably less blowouts. How you feel about what he said?
This is today.
Yeah, this after they got blown out.
Listen, you asked that to Easy personally?
Yeah, but
I asked Easy first. So like just him first, and then I was going around the panel.
All right, damn, because Jay cut. I mean, all right, so for this right here, right? For a player perspective, I could understand that because you have to take into account, right? We just niggas on the couch just looking at that shit. If we got the money, go to the game, whatever. Got the time and everything too. But for them niggas, like you leave the game, you gotta get ice bath, you gotta get all that, you gotta do press conference, you gotta if you got an injury, you gotta deal with the injury more times than not. If you're in the playoffs, everybody motherfucking hurt, so you're dealing with something, and you got just like the last game, you was in Denver. Now you got to fly all the way to OKC. So like you got to fly all the way to Oklahoma from fucking Colorado now. So you got to go do that type of trip right there. That's a whole thing right there. I mean, y'all had some days in between, but when the playoffs start getting rigorous, when you got the 1 day in, so it's like every other day, that travel right there means something. Teams in their hometown, they try to do things to inconvenience other teams too. So that's another thing that other players got to deal with. So from a player perspective, they got some.
What you mean? What did you put a banana in the tailpipe? Pause.
Hey yo.
Pause. But so like, let's just use an
example. You said, hey yo, my nigga.
Yo, said it was crazy.
Yeah, that was. But so, real quick, right? Let's just say you go to another team and you go to their hotel, and you order some food. Food not quite right, and now all of a sudden you're not feeling well. You're not 100% game. And we've been hearing a little.
You seen they turned the heat up on LeBron? Where was that at? In San Antonio?
That was in San Antonio, but I'm not gonna lie, Jay. The heat blew out in the arena, and if anything, that's not a benefit to your team.
Did it really?
No.
Or did they turn it off?
Bro, if you turn it off with an old ass Tim Duncan, nigga, you did not help your team, bro. You turned it off.
Well, LeBron was the one with the heat exhaustion.
Them niggas was dead too, bro. They were dead too. That nigga was a freak of nature. That's all it is. It's all it is. It's all it is. He just a freak of nature. Hold it all down. But real quick. Back to the topic.
It's a conspiracy about that. That's why I said it.
Back to the topic, bro. Back to the topic. But if we going to talk about the playoffs, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you getting blown out is because of lack of detail. So unless you telling me because you're and a lack of focus. So unless you telling me because you're tired and you're dealing with some things, you can't focus 100% on the court, and that's the reason why the blowups is happening. I mean, you're the nigga on the court, so I just gotta accept what you're saying. But like, even then, I'm gonna say like, my nigga. So if you're gonna get blown out this game, so you're basically telling me you're admitting to omitting this game, because you're going to come back stronger the next game. Yo, these niggas, they only gave me 1 day off and they expect me to go at 100%. Yo, these niggas already fucking fueled up for the last game. So you know what? If they go crazy in the first quarter, in the first half, we're going to take it easy and we're going to come back the next game to go crazy on you. So you see, you talking too much now, my nigga. Because then, like, why are you saying that? You should have just left that question alone right now. Because now you giving me thoughts about how much. And I'm not trying to take nothing away from AG because he put it all on the line in this playoffs alone. Like, motherfuckers gonna have to do a second level study on this nigga. If he had the most game winners in a playoff run, like he gonna have to, like, they're gonna have to do a study on that shit right there. He didn't put, and he came to the playoffs with a calf fucking injury already, so he was already dealing with some shit. So I'm not trying to take nothing away from AG, but when you put statements out like that, now I got a question when the blowup's happening. Are you foregoing that game because you know you don't got it and you're not trying to bring nothing out? You're like, all right, we just played at OKC in game 2. Game 3 got to come at Denver. Oh, fuck, I'm tired. You know what? I don't got it today. Maybe my nigga Jokic got it, but I don't got it. So I got a game 4. Don't worry, big dog. Hold it down. We just got a game 4. Is that what you're telling me right now? Is that what you're telling me?
Man, they asked bum-ass Josh Hart the same question, and I liked his answer better. He said, it's people out here working 12-hour shifts. We out here playing a game for millions of dollars. We could deal with it.
That's facts. I mean,
if people out here working 12-hour shifts to feed their family, and we out here got to play 48 minutes a night. And this is coming, and that's coming from a dude that's playing some of the most minutes in the NBA.
No, but
40-something minutes a game.
But focus on what he said, though. Real quick, just focus on exactly what he said, though. He said, if you don't give us back-to-backs, you won't see as many blowouts as you're seeing right now in the playoffs. So if you give us more time to rest, you'll see a better product on the court. So it's not like it's not exactly what Josh Hart, because it's not like, oh, you playing too much. It's like, no, give us some time so you won't see a bad product on the court. My thing is, though, what's the difference in between that one game? Because let's think about it. Because one game in this series, y'all got blown the fuck up, but immediately the next game, it looked like a completely different team that came to play. So what are you telling me with this statement? Are you giving up games because you're
They
tired.
they saying they tired.
So when
Nah,
this
nah,
big
nah.
motherfucker is tired and out there on the court by himself, dropping 42 and getting hit by fucking three
Nah.
niggas, nothing fucking pops up in your body like, yo, I
Hold
don't
up.
give a fuck how tired I
What
am,
it is,
nigga.
I
right?
got.
He put
Hold
it on
up.
the
Hold
line,
up.
nigga. He put
What
it
Hold
it
on
up.
the
is,
line.
right?
He might be more tired than me, nigga, but
Hold
he
up.
put it
Hold
on
up.
the
Hold
line,
up. Hold
nigga.
up. I gotta throw this in there, bro. Where was this? I'm tired shit, man. When they 2 years ago when they won the whole thing, I didn't hear none of
Nah.
this then. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like my thing is like, yo, if you gonna say all of that now, obviously, yo, everybody hurt. It's the NBA. In the playoffs, bro, the start of the playoffs, you should be hurt, bro. You about to get you better prepare because you about to play 2 extra months of basketball if you that good, if you make it to 16 wins. You know what I'm saying? So
But
I mean,
leave. It's
it
not
shouldn't matter.
leave. Just weigh in. Also weigh in on or hop in on the fact that in these 2 months, this is the most physical basketball out of the 82 games. Like in 82 games, there's no, I guess, 20 game span where they play this physical. So that got a part to play. Well, how you feel about that, Lee?
I'll weigh in on it. The 82 game process is over. The real battle is 16 plus games, and that's the postseason. 82 games is the regular season. Boom, you're done. You did everything that you needed to do to play in the postseason, to get in the postseason from 1 through 6 or 1 through 8. And then the playing games start through 7 through 10 or whatever. So everybody is hurt. Everybody got knick-knack injuries. Everybody got stuff that been bothering them all year. But once you start leaning on that on your way out, then people start to look at you different. Like, wait a minute, hold up, like AG, bro, like yo, we know you had a hamstring. With like it's clear that you had a hamstring. What dudes used to do back then? They used to hide their injuries because teams like the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons, they use that shit against you. If they knew that you had a hamstring and they knew that you had a bad elbow, they'd be like, "Yo, make sure you get hit him. Make sure you give him a hip check, shoulder lean on the bad
But it's on the
elbow, bro."
medical report now, Leaf. It's on the
Yeah,
medical report now. So you
yeah,
could, so another team could see it now. Another team could see another team medical report though. So like
yeah,
you could hide it, but, like, you
I
could see
know,
it.
but at the same time, you're like, it's a mental game. You ain't supposed to let that get the best of you. Once you start, like, you got to understand, you're playing for 16 first to 16 wins from April to June. That's what you're playing for. The team that gets that is going to hold a Larry O'Brien trophy. You did it before in 2023. I didn't hear shit about this is hurting, that is hurting. Yo, we need extra games and this, that, and the third. Don't say it now, bro, because you done got a foot up your ass. You know, that's my whole thing about it.
But you know what else, Leaf, is how it was reported that he may or may not play. Right. So it's like you really saying, yo, I needed more time to heal. You can't publicly say that.
You got a
But this is
hamstring, nigga. One day
like
was not gonna help you. Grade 2, you had
grade 2, and they said 2 months.
No, hold on.
You had
Hold
the
on.
heart
Hold on.
attack.
That's why he said a couple. No, if you look at what he said a couple days in between, right? And he's talking about his team in Cleveland. Well, with his team, they didn't have a chance really without him. You know what I mean? They didn't really have a good chance without him. Cleveland didn't have a chance because 3 or 4 they starters was hurt and they got blown out. And so he's saying basically, if you gave us more time, you know what I'm saying, in between these every other day games, maybe we can get back and perform at a higher level. But to like the point y'all saying, like, if it's been like this, you know what I mean, then y'all just gonna have to deal. If y'all get hurt at that time, y'all just get hurt at that time. It is what it is.
Exactly. It's the scheduling. The scheduling has been like it's been. Like I don't know what's the whole new complaint. Yo, I need time to heal from my injury because the scheduling is too hard now. All of a sudden.
Real quick, Leaf, don't bail these guys out because of the problems that they got going on these the problems that they got going on their respective teams. Put my nigga Dennis Milton coming up real quick, bro. That's why shorter rotations is a detriment. Blame your coach Mike Malone and the shit he had going on with Calvin Booth. If he decides to play this motherfucker Zeke Naji more, Jalen Pickett more, and all these motherfuckers he fucking buried on the bench more, maybe Jalen Pickett could have gave you more games than he gave you right then and there in game fucking 6. No,
Right.
y'all came into the game
Yeah.
how y'all want to play it. Relying on big time niggas, the front five to hold it down, and the one nigga coming off the bench to help you down. And whoever help, hopefully somebody else come to the party to help us out. That's how y'all did. That's how y'all roll with y'all team. Cleveland is a different story. Don't bail them out, bro. For 3 years in a row, every time they came to the dance, they got hurt. Them niggas have to go back into the lab, respectfully. All of them have to go back in the lab as a collective team and say, yes, we are doing better, but we need to condition ourselves for the dance. Everything can't be for fun and giggles.
Yeah, and to piggyback on what you just said, look at the teams that won titles last year. How loaded was that Celtics team? How many dudes off the bench did they play? How loaded was the how loaded is this team that they just got put out by this OKC team? How far are they going on their bench? You like this is what it takes to win it all. This is what it takes, bro. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to go from one like that 1-8 shit ain't gonna last too long. That 1-8 shit ain't winning multiple championships. If you go look at back at them Warriors teams that won championships, that went to 5 straight finals, they did it because they were deep. They had a lot of depth on that bench. They had some of the best benches of all time. Sean Livingston, Iggy, bro, like everything that you just said, bro, like everything that you just alluded to in terms of rotations and everything that Dennis Milton just alluded to is all facts. You got to stop running these dudes ragged. They playing damn near Tom Thibodeau minutes all 82 games of the season. You expect them to do it for another 2 months. This is why nobody believes that the Villanova Tangerines is gonna win shit, even if they do come out of the East. I don't give a damn how many marketing dollars that the NBA is going to front, bro. They can't help them niggas win because sooner or later that they're going to break down. We all know these niggas is one injury away from fucking it all up.
Yeah.
Can I give my little take on this? Listen, I got to give Aaron Gordon a lot of respect, man. I think the guy was going to play today. He showed up that first quarter, man. He was doing everything he freaking could, getting deflections, rebounds. Like, he was playing with full-on heart. I call him Mr. Golden Nugget, man. They should hang his jersey in the Raptors just for what performance he gave today. But I think we've all been saying this about the Nuggets. Their bench the last few years has kind of gotten bad, and badder. And I think the Westbrook move definitely backfired this year. I think he improved on some things, but the Westbrook move definitely didn't help that bench get better than what it was a few years ago. And I think the reason Gordon said what he said is because he knows the window for the Nuggets is getting a little small. Let's look at the Nuggets' stash of assets. They don't got a lot of assets left. They're trying to contend with that little core they got of Gordon, Nikola, Murray, and Porter, and then whatever else their bench is. And now you have a new coach, you have a new GM, and I think Gordon, he's saying, like, listen, this was an important window. I wish I had more time to rehab my hamstring, and I didn't because we have a schedule, and they lost. So I think the Nuggets, you look at the Celtics as a team that might disassemble. I think the Nuggets, if they don't win a title the next 2 years, look for Nikola Joker's name to be on the market, man, because I think Aaron Gordon gave everything he could because he knows if they're not winning, Joker's probably not going to be happy.
John, listen, what I'm saying is, again, a lot of times it's because of the contracts. You know what I'm saying? That's the window they're supposed to win in. They're supposed to win in without re-signing certain players. You know what I mean? And I think, to your point, yeah, that's one team that's going to break up eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Celtics, too. Celtics is going to break up. And, again, a team like OKC going to the Western Conference Finals, they're not going to break up, because they made it to the second round last season, and this season they made it to the Western Conference Finals. So there's progress there. Like, you want to keep progress together, you know what I'm saying? So
real quick, Breeze, when you say break up, what do you mean by break up? Like, all right, so like the Celtics, I want to like just pertain just directly to the Celtics. I want to stretch this conversation to all, just to keep it short. Just for the Celtics, when I say break, no, but when you say break up, so real quick, who is a part of this core? And who do you see them breaking off from this?
I think what they're going to do is they're going to see what kind of talent they got without Tatum and Brown. Tatum is going to miss the whole year. So, they're going to need somebody else kind of, instrumental on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know who that is for real.
No, not who they need, but like from this core, like I understand the injuries.
No,
but
that's what I'm.
About the core by themselves. So,
no.
Who do you consider the core though?
No. Right now, I consider the core Tatum, Brown, White, Pritchard, Al Horford,
You could say
Cornette.
Al Horford and Pritchard and Cornette. Okay, you see, we got two
But
definitions.
no, Cornette is debatable, but Al Horford for sure. Excuse me, I think he was instrumental in them winning last season.
I think Al Horford might be out after this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's
he might
part of the
retire.
core that's not going to be there. You know what I mean? They're going to try to keep certain pieces though. They just gave a contract to Payton Pritchard. He just won $6 million in the year. You know, they're going to try to keep him. I think he's going to be big when Tatum being out. He might start. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Drew Holiday might be out. I don't know.
The way that I see these breakups,
tank next year for a good draft.
I think they're going.
I think they're gonna go tank mode. I ain't gonna lie
Jay,
to
like
you.
I agree with that tank. I think they might do that.
They talk about trading Drew and Porzingis.
They got
how long?
Listen,
how long a torn meniscus take?
No, I'm saying Tatum. Yeah.
No, that's the Achilles, but the meniscus take a year too.
Like 6 to 7 months.
They saying Brown got a torn meniscus.
Meniscus might take like 8 months, but I mean, it's possible that they both might sit out the year.
It depends on what they do with the meniscus.
It depends on how the rest of the roster is shaped out. Because from what I'm hearing, Porzingis and Drew is probably definitely out, and Horford is probably definitely retiring. That's 3 players that from that championship team that's out or off the rip. So now you left with White, Pritchard, Hauser, who else?
Is Hauser part of your core? Is that what's going on?
I mean, I'm just talking about who's on the championship team, but that's just all I'm going off of. But it seems as if they using it's going to be a lot of contract dumps that they have to figure out in this offseason, from what I'm hearing, bro. Like I don't know how true it is, but I'm hearing that this roster might look completely different in the next 365 days.
It's
completely different.
He was talking about
they're going to be a play-in team.
Who do I see breaking?
Like I said, Drew and Porzingis. They already got these mock trades with Porzingis coming to us for Claxton. Like, yo, they gotta get Porzingis. They gotta get off the contract. They got to get off that contract. Yeah,
I should take Holiday before Porzingis, man. I think Holiday's defensive leadership helps us a lot better than what helped us with Porzingis, man. Like for reals.
Yeah, and again, hold on. Before we get far away from it, and not to make it to harp on this part of the conversation, but just keep it in back of your mind. It's a different element from in competitiveness to want to win more than one championship. Seriously, some of these players, once they win one championship, mentally they done. Like they don't feel a need to be. And I'm saying that because
it's
I
the
see
hunger.
Yeah,
I can't. Well,
no, I ain't mean to cut Breeze off. I was just ad-libbing him. Let him finish. I was just ad-libbing him. But I'm just saying it's the lack of hunger, man. Let me ask you a question, man. If you mad hungry, right? You mad hungry. I come give you a plate of food. You eat. You good. I could bring out your favorite food after that. You're not hungry no more. Like you might eat it. You might pick at it. You gonna play with it.
I mean,
but you're not hungry no more.
Jay, I like the analogy, but in this sequence, bro, we dealing.
Bro, that's what really happens, bro. They get that championship and they don't be feeling that same hunger they had to get it. They got it already. They put their feet up.
Well, hold on, Jay.
What you mean? Where's the example?
Jay, we leaving out an element. We leaving out a different element.
You can't give me an example of this. You can't. Matter of fact, fuck that.
It's a lot of examples.
Listen.
No. We just leaving out an important element.
Listen, hold on. Let me answer an easy question real quick. Again, it's more contributed to the conversation that all of the parity of this decade of a different champion every season. And how before the NBA was more built on one team winning multiple championships through the decades, i.e. Celtics, Lakers, even the Chicago Bulls, they had that run. That was a crazy run. But before the and you gotta realize it didn't happen a lot, but that the NBA not that old. You feel what I'm saying? So this is kind of like what the history is. This is kind of new for the NBA history. But I'm saying that to say it usually be dynasty. And I'm not saying that I'm right, But that's what I think they're trying to do with the Spurs. You know, they trying to bring it back to where it's a dynasty or something. It's no way they get 1, 2, and 4 and they ain't trying to do something.
So
You know?
That's a fact. But hold on, Easy. Hold on, Easy. It's an element. It's an element that's being left out of it, bro. In terms of these teams not repeating, and that's the front office, bro. If you look at most of these teams that's won since this decade started, you could go back to the bubble ring if you want. A lot of these teams didn't bring back the same nucleus that they won with. You go back to the Lakers when LeBron was running point that year, and AD was running 4, and they had Dwight, and they had JaVale, and they had Danny Green, and they had KCP. A lot of those guys was out the very next year. Even though the next year was a couple of months away, and then the Bucks won it, and then the Bucks won it. They didn't bring back PJ Tucker. They didn't bring back a couple of other players, and then injuries come into play. And then you saw what happened to them. And then the next year, the Warriors had won it, and we saw what happened to the Warriors. They eventually came into the season with the incident between Draymond. It's a lot of things, a lot of elements that go into repeating that we leave out. You know what I'm saying? And then
that's
it's
what
going.
I'm saying. Not on the Big Fan Breezy page, we don't, because that's what I'm saying. And then again, a lot of this content that I'm saying come from the narrative of Teague asking the question. He on his podcast. He said, would you rather have a max contract or an NBA championship? And he said, a max contract. Now, I'm saying that to say, look at Bruce Brown, right? Bruce Brown was hustling, getting to it. I love his story, man.
Yep.
He did all he did. He was on Detroit. He came to the Brooklyn Nets because of Kevin Durant. We all know that. He went to Denver because of whatever happened. And then, you know what I'm saying, with the front office and him and the contract and whatnot. And then he went to Denver and he won and he got the bag. And then you could say whatever after that. But the point is, he got the max contract. You feel what I'm saying? He got the max contract and the championship. So even though he's been quiet as a player, when it was time for him to show up, he showed up. And I'm saying he's a player like that, where he get the max contract. And I ain't saying he not injured. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when the Nuggets missed him tonight, you feel what I'm saying? They don't have the instrumental pieces because they had to pay these players. And that's what I'm saying about the Celtics. They got to pay these players. And they're not going to be able to. Their contract is like they got massive contracts, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, but Breezy, they paid those players, bro. The thing is, they paid them too much. This is one of the reasons why the owner dipped out immediately after they won a title. That team was purchased for $6.1 billion 5 months later. It's like in this CBA, bro, like even though everything that you said, San Antonio is a fact. The NBA is going to try to build something themselves. But the problem is they're going to end up what's going to end up happening, the team that's going to end up winning multiple titles is the team that they not paying attention to. A lot of Warriors from last decade. Nobody saw them winning 60-something games the first year that they won the championship with Steph and Clay and them, bro. Like, and then the next year they won 73 games, and then everybody was paying attention to them. Now it's like, yo, how do we stop this? What is going on? Where did this come from? It came out of nowhere. I'm telling you, the things in the NBA, 9 times out of 10, they come out of nowhere before everybody knows being brought up.
Nah, I feel. What up, Easy?
I'm gonna ask it again though. You can't give me an example when a player won a chip and you could see that they didn't want to win another one. You could blame the front office and all that, and I understand that. You can't give me an example.
No, I'm not
saying. Wait. Easy, not wanting to win one and losing the hunger as a dog to get one is two different things. You could want to win it all day, but are you doing the things that you used to do to fucking get it? Or now you going out getting your nails done and eating big steaks because you're rich and you won a championship. And some players do not be showing the same hunger.
You know, it's a good example, Draymond with Curry being out. Anytime Curry's ever out, Draymond just kind of like gets in foul trouble or he quits, if you want to use an example.
Well, Draymond's side, so we can't.
I mean, I wouldn't even use.
You can't ask for an example, then he give you an example of a champion that lost his hunger, and then say, "Nah, we can't use that one."
Well,
You can't do that.
if we gonna do that, then I could automatically prove you wrong, because then like what we doing this year then? Because he even came on an interview and said like, yo, the minute they made the trade for Jimmy Butler, him and stuff came to a conversation. They said, yo, this is it.
Dennis
So,
Rodman
like,
was going to Vegas in
even
'98,
right
bro.
now to this day, even at his old age with the fucking gray in his beard, he even saying like, yo, I'm putting everything on the line because I know this is it. So like, even right then, he proved you wrong. If we're gonna use that example, so I'm respectfully omitting.
I don't know. All of them texts that he was getting that fucked him up kind of prove you wrong. Like, was he doing that during the championship years, leading the league in texts?
So nah. So hold on.
He kind of was. Yeah, he was.
I don't know. I'm asking a question.
He was.
For games, he got suspended from games in the playoffs.
He was doing a lot of them antics
the
back
league
then.
And the playoffs in text. The league in the regular season and the playoffs in text. So
sure was.
That happened.
Bro. I don't see how you can't see these players be losing their hunger, man. They don't be as hungry as they used to be.
Hold on. Because hold on. All right.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say losing their hunger.
Explaining how they explain it. You've been in the league for so long to get to the point where you're trying to win one, right? Either you on the team that's going to get there or you're not. So depending on what team you on, like at a certain age, you're like, all right, I'm trying to win a chip. So you've been grinding this whole time. You finally win a chip. It's either that feeling going to give you like, all right, we got to go back and do it again, or it's going to be like, all right, I already did it. You know what I mean? So either way, you know what I'm saying? Once you've been grinding for that long, sometimes you can't expect them to be like, yeah, I'm gonna just go back and do this shit again, bro. Like everybody ain't gonna be on the same page like that. Every player is not gonna be like that. You know what I mean?
But Ice, I haven't seen any indication of players doing that. At least in this decade.
But it's been talked about. You can't see it because it's a feeling, right? Because you gotta understand, you got a little time after your championship to get back to work, and then the season start again. So you won't be able to see it. You got similar, like he's saying, you got a similar team, and y'all grinding, y'all still got that chemistry. So it's hard to see it, but the feeling that they get after they win a chip is like when we season start, and you looking around like, yeah, we did it. Now y'all, somebody else got to prove. You know what I mean? We the champs. Y'all got to prove that y'all won it. You know what I mean? That type of shit.
You gotta be petty to credit extent. Look, you gotta be petty and passionate. Like Kobe winning that fifth one because he wanted to have more than Shaq. Like, imagine you going through workout training, you eating the right way. That's part of your motivation. You want more than an ex-teammate. You gotta mentally be wired that way. You feel what I'm saying? Like. That's all, and I'm saying all players is not wired like that. But I didn't want to cut Leaf off. Go ahead, Leaf. And Dylan.
What I was saying, bro. Like, listen, since we can't see clear cut any instances of players quote unquote losing their hunger.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That I looked it up. They got it because you saying there's no clear definition to it, but it kind of is. It says several NBA players who experienced the thrill of winning the NBA championship subsequently struggled to maintain the same level of hunger, dedication, leading to a decline in their performance or career. Examples of the players who retired after such championship win, blah, blah, blah. They got Elgin Baylor, they got Jermaine O'Neal, they got Sean Kemp, they got Don, who they say T-Mac, but he didn't win. T-Mac win.
T-Mac don't have a championship.
It was the Eastern. He won the Eastern Conference Finals or something.
No, T-Mac only. The only time T-Mac been in the finals was in 2013 when Ray Allen hit that shot. He was on San Antonio. They picked him up.
2013. Then they told him.
I mean, but he was the last man on the bench. Like the thing that I'm talking about, Jay, is the last couple of
right.
Yeah, he retired after the thing. The thing that I'm referring to is these last couple of years, referring to this decade, because it's been a different champion every single year. And
hunger is just different this year.
I don't know, but listen.
Situation? Can you point?
Listen, I can't necessarily point to a specific situation, but what I will say is that if we gonna do that, we're gonna have to start applying some pressure to some of these front offices that broke these teams up, because they needed to not be over the apron or not being over the this, that, and the third money market because of how the CBA works. We just saw the Boston Celtics. Which is a legendary franchise. Hold on, let me finish. We just saw the Boston Celtics, which is a legendary franchise, win the entire thing, pay everybody in that starting five, and then the owner dipped out, and then a new owner came in, new owners group came in with $6.1 billion. This CBA is real, bro. These dudes ain't got no it's a lot of people that don't want to break bread in that front line. They realized what they did, and he was like, "Yo, it's time for me to cash out." He bought the team for what $300 million years ago, and now he flipped it for what 6.1 billion or however much it was. So my thing is that we got to start putting pressure on these front offices, bro, for real, because I guarantee you, the day that we win a championship and one or two important players that was a part of it don't come back, it's gonna be a lot of heat in the city the next year, bro. If we get bumped out the second round.
Real quick. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ice.
Now, I was
Nah,
gonna say,
go ahead.
to winning the chip, right? You got think about it like you have this video game that you couldn't beat, right? And you finally get to the end and like, I beat this motherfucker, right? You beat the game. Sometimes your mind don't want to go back and play that game no more after you complete the mission. Like, yo, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? My job is done right here. Throw that game to the side. Give me a nut. You know what I'm saying? Let me go do something else real quick. That's where some people minds go to. You got to think about it like that. Just because they hooping, you know what I mean, don't mean they going, like Jay said, they going to keep that. Everybody don't keep that same hunger. You got to find a different way to motivate yourself.
I understand the meanings, bro, but I just need you to point to some of them situations that happened
No.
in these
Real
last
quick,
five champions.
Hold on, real quick.
Huh?
And I was about to get to that point, but real quick, Leaf, Ice, and Leaf. I respect your analogies, but for this situation right here, we can't use those analogies because I know everybody right here at least been on the court. So at the very least, you understand what it takes to win when you win. So when you win, I don't think it's because you beat the game. I think it's more because you know what it took to win. Are you willing to go back through that journey to get right back to the top to win? I think that's the real thing that pops up. If we're going to talk about the eye of the tiger, that would be the reason why, not to be naive, like, oh, players don't lose their fire, because I'll believe that point. But that'll be the reason why I'll lean more towards why players don't like lose the eye of the tiger, because they know what it took to win. Are you willing to do and sacrifice?
That's
what
the same
willing
shit.
to, but real quick,
That's the same shit.
Wait. But real quick, right? Real quick. Because we know ball right here, right? We talking about ball, so we can run through this real quick, right?
Yeah.
Last 5 years, last 5 chips, right? Now, they didn't go back to repeat, right? But let's talk about Eye of the Tiger now, right? Last year, Boston, they won the chip. They came back this year. Do you think they lost the Eye of the Tiger?
Yes, they definitely did.
It seemed like it to me.
I think the front office lost the eye of the tiger, bro.
Either the players.
I feel like they thought they was good. I feel like they thought. No, seriously, I feel like they thought they was going to win just because they was the champions last year. That's the way they was playing. They was like, yeah, we gonna, like when they was down by 20, they didn't seem phased. They're like, we gonna come back because we the champions. We gonna keep doing what we was doing. They even asked the bum ass nigga Missoula. They asked him, are you gonna do anything differently? See what you happened in these last 2 games? He said, what you want me to change the system that won us a championship? That's what you want us to change? Like
arrogance.
That dude is weird. Joe Mazzulla is weird, man. He does some weird stuff.
Hold on, real quick.
Naive and arrogant.
Got to see how some of these teams won a championship in the first place. They won a championship playing broke down teams any damn way.
You gotta adjust. You have to adjust. We gotta go to easy. Act easy. Pass it to Dylan after that.
I got you real quick, Dylan. I'm about to run through this real quick. I'm just trying to get through it real quick. If that's your reason for it, all right, cool. I respect it. I'll take it. If that's your reason, cool. I say no, but if that's your reason, cool. All right. Year before that, Denver won it. Do you think they lost the Eye of the Tiger when they went against Minnesota in the 7-game series and they lost?
Who?
I can't
Denver
series for real. I can't.
Denver.
I wouldn't say
So they
Joker
won.
lost the eye.
No,
but
I
Joker
think it's
act like he don't give a fuck anyway.
No, I think it's personnel. I think they thought Braun would come replace what Bruce Brown did, and that ain't true. It's
Yeah,
good.
that's the problem.
And I think they missed Bruce Brown a lot.
Right.
But do you think? All right, so let's separate then. For the players, do you think they lost the Eye of the Tiger, or you think the front office lost the Eye of the Tiger?
No, I
But that
think
is a real thing too.
I think they couldn't pay Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown, like, listen, man. I know y'all called me Brucey Bruce around here and all of that, but
respectfully,
I need
Breeze,
the
you
bag.
had Christian Braun on your bench the whole time. Mike Malone never played him. But look what he's doing for you right now. So if anything, I could say, and this is a big problem that was happening in the front office
Christian
between the
Braun played through that championship. Yeah, he just
he
didn't get
didn't
as
play,
many minutes.
he didn't
He
get
just
as
didn't
many
get as
minutes.
many minutes. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Nowhere near the same burn, bro. Let's not do that, bro. We know
No,
how
no, no.
Mike
I'm
Malone
not
rolls.
saying that, but he did play. He did hit the court during playoff games. He hit the court during the finals. He was on that court.
No, but I'm talking about the year when they trying to go back to back now. This is the Eye of the Tiger year we talking about now. Do you have the same ferocity as you did when you won the chip now? So Eye of the Tiger year, you didn't play that nigga too much. You had that nigga on your bench. Look what he's doing for you now. You ain't do that. That was a big thing going on in the front office and between Mike Malone and the players. Yo, nigga, I gave you this nigga. Why you not playing him? I don't want to play him. He don't fit my shit. Nigga, and look what the fuck happened. Now you gonna who so did the front office lose the Eye of the Tiger, or did the players lose the Eye of the Tiger that year?
I think it's personnel. Easy. I think they couldn't pay Bruce Brown.
And somebody don't gotta that don't gotta happen every year for it to be true. It's just something that happens.
But I'm saying in recent memory, we really can't look at it. I'm saying these players, we might think one thing, but I think that if they're losing the Eye of the Tiger, I just think it's because of what they had to sacrifice to get to the top. But if anything else,
but that's the point though, Easy. That's what me and Ice is trying to tell you. If you're not willing to sacrifice the same things that you were willing to sacrifice before, you lost the hunger. It's not there anymore,
bro. Something I'm real quick, and I'm gonna pass it to Dylan because you got the right. Some of the things that these players have to do to get ready for a game, I completely understand if they saying I'm tired of that shit. I want to be able to.
Because you was hungry before.
Yeah, but I want to have.
That's why you did it, because you was hungry. It was no option whether or not you was going to do it before.
So
now it's like it's an option. It's like I could do that. I know what I could do. Man.
But we're not going to take into account of accumulation, my nigga. I've been doing this. It's not like I just did this. I've been doing this. Even the years when I was.
Just like I said, I've been eating. If I've been eating mad meals, I don't need this next one. Like, I can have it. I know I could get it. It's right there. But I'm not even hungry like that. I could get it later.
Yeah, no, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
But real quick, I'm going to pass it to Dylan because I've been.
What's good, yo?
I got the mic table.
What's good, bro?
Dylan, yo, what's good? I seen you saying something about a trade. It's got a trade for y'all with Boston and LA. Actually,
Yeah, I just cooked something up a while ago. It was Porzingis, Dalton Knecht, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, and then 2 protected first and a first-round pick swap for Nick Claxton to the Lakers, and then Jalen Wilson and a second-round pick to Boston. It was an idea that I saw off of The Athletic a couple of days ago, but pretty much it's just Boston clearing up almost $30 million in cap space to get off of Porzingis' contract, and then Brooklyn would get 3 expiring contracts, which would free up roughly $53 million for next year. So it's honestly not a bad deal. I mean, if it's something that has a chance, I would definitely be open to it. I was gonna say, I think
I'm going to your page. I'm going to your page now. Is it on X?
I think I DM'd it to you. If you check your messages.
Okay.
He don't want to expose the DMs online. You never know what's in there. I mean.
All right, hold on. Let me come out of this. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, shout out to Dylan, man. He's heavy on. Tell him about your IG real quick, though.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 6 years. For the first time in 6 years, over a 1 month span, over 1 million people saw the page. It says I'm at 1.1 million, so that's pretty sick. If you haven't already, make sure to follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, make sure to follow at Netspress. We're a couple followers away from 20,600, so we're on the climb to 21,000 over there.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Dylan on the climb to 21,000. And then shout to Breezo and the 900 subscribers trying to get to 1,000 up here. You know what I mean?
Facts, yo. That's sick, man. Congrats.
And if you listen and you not subscribe to the page right now, man.
Word. For real. Shout out to the whole panel helping me build the page. That's Easy. That's Press Dylan. That's Leaf. That's everything Brooklyn Nets. John, that's LM, that's This Is JTV, Bra, Iceman, and more. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole chat. This is Dylan's mock trade. Well, Porzingis. Just running back for us, Dylan.
I was gonna say I think the comment's blocking it off a bit, but if you scroll down,
I got you. I got you.
On the right side, you should be able to see the full details. But pretty much the Athletics one was the Celtics weren't getting anybody back or any picks. They were just straight up dumping Porzingis and a protected first round pick to the Nets. So
Hold on, let me read it. It say in this deal, Brooklyn lands 53.2. It's small for the chat. It say in this deal, Brooklyn lands 53.2 mil in expiring contracts for the 2026 offseason, a young prospect in Dalton Connect, and multiple first round picks, which include a top 8 protected 2026 Celtics first round pick. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know they had a top 8 protected 2026.
Well, they have their own first round pick. I just added the protection to it. The picks in these mock trades, people tend to freak out over. I more so do the picks based on what I would like to see. The players I feel are realistic, but the picks are something that I would like to see. So who knows if Boston is willing to give up their 2026 first because of Tatum's Achilles injury. I just did it because I personally would like to see it. The mock trade that the Athletic did had the Lakers and the Celtics both giving up their 2031 first round picks in a similar deal like this between a 3-team trade. So again, some of it's personal intake, some of it's realistic. But I just
I think what you said is right and exact. It don't go, but it works against us in that respect. I think they do want to see what they get in the top draft pick if they got their own protected, because I don't know how confident they are in Tatum and Brown. The franchise spent a lot of money around Tatum and Brown to get that.
I think one of them niggas is gone.
Well, Tatum's definitely not gone. You would have to think they're going to look for options first with Holiday and Porzingis. I don't know if it's humanly possible.
That's what I've been asking this whole time, yo.
I was going to say, I don't think it's humanly possible to trade 3 players worth $150 million in one offseason. That's like catastrophic. That shit doesn't happen.
I think it might take them 2 years, but I think it might take them 2 years, but I think JB eventually is gone.
I think what happens is Porzingis and Holiday are moved this offseason. They start the season with Jaylen Brown and whoever they have left. See how Brown does. If he builds up his value and they're losing,
I told meniscus.
Well, the meniscus tear is only 3 to 4 months recovery. I had a partial tear in my meniscus and I didn't even need surgery for it. So, that's not a major injury, meniscus. If it was an MCL, PCL, ACL, then that's way different. But the meniscus is probably the easiest reconstruction tear in the knee. But yeah, I would say they start the season with Brown, Derek White. They see how they do. If they're losing games but Brown is playing well, then maybe that's when you try and see him get traded at the trade deadline. But
hold on. I wanted to add to that because I feel like we got a lot of draft picks that we could negotiate. We got a lot of room on that negotiating table. We got elbow room. I think we could, you know what I'm saying, look at all of the late draft picks. Like you got 2031 up there. We got a bunch of the 2029 and all of that. That.
2027 and 2029 are our 2 heavy years moving forward.
Yeah, so I'm not touching 2027. I'm keeping that.
I got to see what we do in this trial.
2025, 2026, 2027, untouchable.
The only pick in 2027 I'd be willing to move is that Rockets swap because that pick's going to be 22 through 30, so it really doesn't matter for us. And you also have to remember, too, if you are drafting 3 to 4 players this year, you could be drafting 2 to 3 players next year. That's already half a roster, right? So you may not need to continue to bring in 2-3 guys in each year's draft class moving forward. You may be looking at 1 guy rather than 3. So it really just depends on how they want to do it. Like this year, I think they take 3 or 4, but next year you're probably looking at 1 or 2, and then the following year you're probably looking at 1 or 2 as well.
I think these next 2 drafts, bro, is definitely going to be selections for sure.
Yeah, this year and next year for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I no doubt about it. I don't think I don't think the front office is brave enough to really do any moves. We talking about somebody that gets fleeced and moves all the time, so he needs to stay far away from trades as possible, unless it's something unless it's something that's ironclad as the McHale trade for the 5 picks. Then that's when he wakes up. He shouldn't be offering nothing, because he's dead. Because everybody in this party knows that he's stupid when it comes to trades, bro. Like, so I refuse to let him make trades. But I do like this deal. Just to talk about it, I do like this deal because hopefully it keeps us away from Kaman Malawak, bro. Because now that you're in here, I was gonna ask you to name 5 Duke centers in the NBA. Almost all of them are either trash or injured. I'd rather not.
The problem with Duke and centers is they really never have traditional centers. Like outside of Plumlee and Malawak, they had Paolo playing the 5 for a little bit. Tatum even played the 5 for a little bit. Like Zion played the 5 for a little bit. They really never have.
Every last one of them got injury issues, bro. I'd rather stay away from Duke now that I don't have the number 1 pick. Fears, to me, bro, this draft is fears or bust.
I agree with fears, but if fears isn't on the table, now you're looking at Malawak or Knepel. And I'm sorry, but I know that you would freak the fuck out more if we drafted Knepel than if we drafted Malawak.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because that's a role. Because that's a role player, bro. I mean,
I will say though, people are sleeping on Knepel a lot. Like I would not be happy with the pick either, just because you're like, and this is me saying this as a white dude.
I'm not happy with the pick because he's a role player and he played at Duke.
White dude, but he has so much potential to be a modern day, potentially better version of Klay Thompson in my eyes. He has better playmaking ability. He has better shot creation by putting the ball on the floor. He's like a modern Klay Thompson to me if he reaches the ceiling.
Well, I like that analogy, bro. Like, I actually like.
Nigga said Klay and only think about the 3.
I like the analogy, but I like the analogy because Klay was the only player on the Warriors that I actually liked. So, like, be honest with you. So I'm a big Klay fan.
Yeah, and Klay never got put in a.
Don't jack Klay, nigga. Hold on, Dylan. Hold on, Dylan. Don't jack Klay, nigga. You don't get the right to jack Klay, nigga.
I've been jacking Klay. Pause.
You don't get the right to fucking jack
Klay.
First
off, pause, bro. Like I was
pause, nigga.
First off, hold up. Don't tell me what I don't get the right to, nigga. Klay. I've been on Brenny played this nigga, and I said Klay was the only nigga on that team that I ever liked.
That was bad work.
No, it's not bad work. Klay was the only player on that team that I fuck with.
Nah, nigga.
Klay was the only player on that team that I fuck with. You can ask Bobby. You can ask anybody. Don't tell me who I can't co-sign, nigga. I co-sign who the fuck I want.
No, you don't.
Fuck you mean? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, nigga. I co-sign it again, nigga. Fuck you mean?
So Dylan,
no, nigga. I'm co-signing whoever the fuck I want to co-sign. You damn right.
Jordan Poole pulling John Morant. Now you want to fucking talk about you got
that's what I said, and I still co-signed Klay when I did it, nigga. I don't give a shit. No, and yes I do. Yes I do. Yes I do, nigga. Nigga, I got the hand of Midas, man. Fuck you talking about, bro? Like, I co-sign who I want. Yes I do. Yes I do. Don't tell me who the fuck I can't co-sign. It's my shit. Now back to what I was saying.
No, back to what I was saying. Shut up, Steve.
Right.
About
Knepel. No, what I was trying to say though is Knepel, right? Because Klay was never really put in a position where he had to put the ball on the floor. The man scored 60 points by taking 12 dribbles. Like Knepel has that upside as a guy who can actually put the ball on the floor and create a shot within the mid-range. He's highly efficient as a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. He can actually finish at the rim fairly well. And also defensively very, very similar to Klay. So to me, is it a bad pick? No. Is it a pick that likely will be a good pick? Yes. Is it a pick that fans on day one are going to be happy with? Fuck no. Because just the name, the build of the character, like I'm telling you, as a white dude, this guy is goofy as fuck, but he probably will be really good. You know, like I can't. Listen, it's always cool. It's always cool to see a white dude in the NBA because
You laughing your ass off, Dylan.
Yeah, dude. Listen, it's cool to see a white dude in the NBA because it gives me hope. But I sure as shit know I'm. But
it gives me hope.
But I don't want
don't want him
Concacaf.
first.
I don't want Concacaf to be my.
Bro, Cooper Flag is going number 1, bro. Like, come on, what you talking about?
Nah, I'm saying you don't want him first pick for the Nets. You don't.
Yeah.
If he was the second pick, everybody.
I don't want. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather take him than Kamal Malawak, bro.
White man of the NBA representative, on my team. Like, that's just not what I want to see. Give me. It was flag or bust for me. Now it's like, dude, just go get the best.
Now it's fears a bust. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I get what you're saying, Dylan, bro. I'll be honest with you, just off the strength of that, the Duke centers ain't shit in the league at all. Like the ones that actually play center, the Plumlee brothers was ass.
Don't disrespect Mason. Come on, Mason was a solid utility role player in this.
Mason was a backup. Excuse me.
Yeah, he was a role player.
Yeah, a role player. I don't need a role player at 8. I'd rather not.
I agree, but Kamal Malawak also isn't Mason Plumlee. Malawak is Mark Williams. Mark Williams is a starting big man in the NBA when he's healthy. Malawak
when he's healthy. When is that?
Yeah, but Malawak hasn't dealt with an injury history like Mark Williams has. Mark Williams
But history will tell you, bro, because he played for Duke, bro. I don't trust it.
Yeah, but
just off the strength of that,
in the NBA center wise in Duke were injured in college as well. Like Wendell Carter dealt with injuries. What's his name? Why the fuck am I going blank?
Derek Lively.
Derek Lively dealt with a couple of injuries as well, but Lively's also a solid big man in this league too. He'll probably be starting this year when Gafford gets traded.
He's sharing minutes with Gafford at best, bro. Like, but
Lively tough.
Lively is tough, bro, but he shares minutes with Gafford, bro.
Like improvement over Claxton and a defensive disimprovement from Claxton. Like he's kind of just Claxton, but switch the role.
But staying on the topic, bro. Like with Concacaf, it's a sharpshooter from Duke. If you put him in a role, he's gonna last the same. He's gonna have the same
shooter from Duke. Let's that man is going to be the league leader in 3 years.
Yes, and to end this conversation off, bro. Like he's looking at max the same amount of years that JJ Redick played, bro. Like I'm calling it. I'll take him if Fizz is not there.
Hold on, let me give my salutations. Listen, I don't know if y'all want a part 2. If y'all push enough for it, I might pull up.
Bro, you got to 900 today. You gotta do a part 2.
I'm free for another like 30-40 minutes if you guys want.
This nigga not pulling back up. What we doing, bro? Y'all don't
he got to he has been pulling back up a couple of times though.
Y'all don't learn y'all lesson, bro.
Nah. I'm gonna give him some grace. Easy. He has been pulling back up.
I only need 2 times to learn my lesson, bro. That's all I'm saying. I only need 2 times to learn my lesson.
I just did 2 streams like yesterday or the day before or something like that.
I forgot to do the damn Sparks game today. Damn, I was outside. Fuck.
Hold on, let me start with that. Shout out to Leaf. He
hold on.
Sparks in the WNBA.
Sparks played today.
47-88. Shout out to Brown for joining the pick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to This Is JT.
Yeah, my buggy on he going Megatron.
Yeah, he's glitching.
Who, me?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you going?
I'm glitching.
You going straight Megatron?
Yeah, you went straight.
You got that island Wi-Fi in the background.
The Decepticons got your ass, bro. You gotta hurry this shit up. Come on.
All right, so I'm gonna close out with a song. You know what I mean, I'm gonna close.
That's how you are seen by other people. If you work really hard and get 1% better every day, you're a competitive group. That means that you fight.
Oh, what a move by Sharp!
Played in the Barclays. We want this song to be on your
BROOKLYN Back in the day, J Kid was the man, boy. Put the team on his back like a Jansport. D-Lo with the dribble drive handoff, pick and roll, full contact. This is a man sport. County of Kings, really the Kingsborough. You know Crown Heights, so you know that sound right. Brooklyn Bridges, V-Dub.
right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Am
A
I
little
still with
bit.
you? Am I with you?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yo, you
Uh,
was
half
Bro, you
of-
mind,
Okay.
bro? Close it out,
That
bro.
whole
Yeah, you might-
Just
that
close
whole
it out. Just
soliloquy
close
was
it
a
out.
little bit cut off.
Yeah, it was cut off, and then it was muffled.
It was
and
cut
then
off.
Yeah.
Just
it was
I was
close it
saying,
out, man,
play
before
this
they lag
song.
you.
I'm cut it off, bro. Just cut it down. Just shut it. Let me
Alright.
just talk to you. Let me talk to you when this shit just go down. You know what I'm saying?
The Wi-Fi needs some
Appreciate
rest.